The Manuscript of Survival, Part 360. September 29, 2013. As many of you have noticed, the undercurrents are getting more and more to the surface in many of you, and you will start to hear the whispers of something new under all the hubbub going on around you. You may still feel rather under the weather from all of these intense and ongoing vibrational adjustments, but still, there is also something else starting to literally surface now as you begin to be more able to open your eyes and ears again after a somewhat prolonged immersion under these waters of change. For this has been quite an ordeal for so many of you, and it has not been easy to even draw your breath, no less try to get a focus on the shifts that are happening. But now, as the noise is getting a bit more easy to shut out, you will all start to get a faint glimpse of what all of this energy has brought with it. For, as we like to say, this energy never comes empty-handed, and even if all the moaning and groaning it will elicit from your weary physical vehicle may be the first signs of this baggage it brings along, what is far more interesting for us all, you included, are the other effects all of this energy will have on you. For we are not doing all of this to make you feel bad in any way, and even if some of you perhaps think we enjoy inflicting unpleasantness on you, we are not in any way taking any pleasure in the side effects all of this hard labor has on you. Rather, it is looked upon as a somewhat regrettable, but still unavoidable consequence of this whole process, and as such, we will once again say that even if it may seem more than a little forceful at times, it will not be long now before you all will say it was worth it in the end. And so, let us get back to the real reason you are being put through the wringer as it were. For what you are going through is nothing short of miraculous, and it is indeed without equal anywhere, and yes, we do mean anywhere, in all of creation. For what you are doing now is far surpassing what anyone else has managed to do, as you are literally transforming a physical vehicle of one kind into an entirely different vehicle altogether, one that will be able to straddle the divide between the worlds in a way no one else has ever been able to, and as such, you are pioneers in every aspect of the word. We know that this will be old news to many of you, but as you have already gathered, we do like to repeat our messages from time to time. Even so, what might be news to you all is the extent of the change that you have already accomplished. Many are saying that you are going through a metamorphosis from a carbon-based structure to something that in many ways can be likened to a form of crystalline one, and that is indeed so. But what many tend to forget is that a huge part of this process is not only about changing the physical properties, it is also about changing the other and less physical aspects of your person. In other words, when we talk about changing your whole setup, we are also referring to the software, so to speak. In other words, all of the traces and the pathways that have been imprinted within you as a natural part of living as a human being, all of those old grooves and patterns that have been leading you in a set direction. All of those pathways need to be erased and overwritten in such a way, it will literally set you free from all of the old inhibitors that you all carry around within, so that you can enable all of those other sides of you that have been held dormant for such a long time. It is in many ways like taking a computer and picking it apart, taking away the old and worn parts and installing some new ones. And this is what we are doing in collaboration with you. So not only are you getting a whole new set of hardware components that will render you even more indestructible as in being able to withstand all of these constantly increasing levels of vibration, you are also being set up with a whole new set of fresh and unaltered programs that you will have at your disposal so that you can literally start to recreate yourself and the world around you from scratch. This may sound too good to be true, but that is in fact what this whole process is all about. But to an outsider, not much of this operation will be visible. For you will not change color as it were, or gain an extra limb, or change your outward appearance in such a way that you will look very different. No, this is all about much more deep-seated changes, changes that will make a world of difference to you all, but to an untrained eye, will not be easily detectable. But you will notice how these changes will become more and more apparent in your life now, and if you look in the mirror, you will see something looking back at you that was not there before. You will see a depth within you that has not been visible before, And within this depth lies the promise of a future you have been striving to find for such a long time. That future has come a whole lot closer to you all through these last 2 weeks' hard labor, and we invite you all to take some time to start to get acquainted with it. For it is already here, and it is wanting nothing more than to say the first hello to you all. So raise your weary heads and take a peek. We guarantee you all you will see at least a small glimpse of it if you try. The Constant Companions. Channeled by Asia North. asianorth.wordpress.com